Hello and welcome to the channel. I am Travis, and today we are going to be listening to Lovebites' Hammer of Wrath. Now, I know you guys wanted a live version, but this is recorded live, so I feel like it's pretty much the same thing. And this is going to be the third Lovebite song I've reacted to behind We the United and Judgment Day, and I enjoy this band a lot. But yeah, let's get right into it. Oh, the crowd adds so much to the song. Okay. I love it. Dude, I like that. I like that a lot. Yeah, I love that, man. I love that. I love that everybody had their own chance to kind of shine. I think her name is what? Midori? And I remember that because of Midoriya from My Hero Academia. I'm not great with the names, okay? But I love that she was able to go front and center and had her moment to shine. I think her name is Femi, which I'll admit she's my favorite. But just because she had two moments where you could just hear the bass. She had her two little moments and I loved it. And every time I see her on screen is like she's always so happy. And it just makes me happy to watch this band. Like in particular, like what I'm looking for most visually, it's just her moments to shine in the sense that like when it pans to her, she's always so happy. And I know she's the newest member, so she's happy that she's like living out this, dream of I'm sure she has, and she's happy to be part of this band, and she's probably just a naturally happy person. It makes me happy watching this. Yeah, she's out there shining. I love it. And yeah, I mean, of course, Asami has her own beautiful voice. Of course, it's just a good band. It's very high energy. These Judgment Day and this song have been very high energy, and it's been fun to listen to because, as you guys probably know, that I have probably the most reaction, which isn't much, but I have the most reaction to high energy songs. Like I like slower pace songs. I like, but I gravitate, at least when it comes to this genre of music, to more high energy, like, and I love it, dude. I like this band a lot. It's a good band. Her voice is so unique. I can't really, I mean, I kind of talked about it on Judgment Day. I can't compare it to anybody. And I think somebody kind of made the reference to Ronnie James Dio. For me, Ronnie James Dio, the first song that was ever a personal favorite of mine as a kid was Holy Diver by Ronnie James Dio, or Dio. And I think they were comparing about how they just sing like it's their last show. And I think you guys also kind of mentioned in one of the two videos is like she sings like it's her last show, and yeah, she sings her heart out. And I think that's a good comparison. Comparing her to Ronnie James Dio is like the cream of the crop. What's the worst way to die? Burning to death or drowning? Fun fact. Not a really fun fact because it's bad. But when I was 3 years old, I actually drowned and my heart stopped and I had to get resuscitated and airlifted to the hospital. Good times. I remember that day of drowning. Yeah, no, it's kind of a funny thing because I actually did drown and had to get CPR and brought back to life. So it's kind of funny. Everyone's laughs in derision. I've never heard that word before, ever. I don't know what that word means. I've never heard it before. There's no hope at all. Why is the world rotting away? Howling in pain, they slowly die. All of the sorrow is murderous, the insanity. Oh, wow, this kind of sounds insidious in a sense. Oh my god. Well, I mean, I guess in a sense, the world is kind of rotting away. I mean, you can kind of look at it as like, animals are going extinct. We're growing as a society everywhere. There's hunger and famine in some places. People don't know where their next meal is going to be. So in a way, yeah, I kind of get it. Howling in pain, they slowly die. All the sorrow is murderous insanity. I'm still trying to think of what exactly it's referring to. Is it just the world in itself? They're calling me, or burn up. They're calling me burn up. It's do or die, burn up. Get ready for hell. Jesus. Okay, this is like bring down justice to the wicked. Okay, this sounds kind of biblical. Don't look away from the mistakes. Open your eyes and see the truth. When lightning cracks the blackened sky, listen to the screams of distress. It's like a bad dream, but it's not. No way to get out, a living nightmare. Bring down the hammer of wrath. Yeah, I guess in the name of the sentence, the name of the song is Hammer of Wrath, so I guess it's probably more of like a biblical sense in the sense of like Judgment Day. So is this talking about like God bringing down the hammer of wrath to all those sinners that do bad to the world? Who will be the next to burn? Dude, this is like God only knows the victim. Everyone knows they are innocent. All the hope is gone. Dude, this is kind of dark. I don't really like to talk about religion too much. There's a lot of divisiveness when it comes to religion. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really talk about religion too much. It's not really a topic I'm like a big fan of, and I'm more agnostic. I really just it's not something I'm big into, but He will be the next to burn. God only knows the victim. That's kind of dark, bro. You know, the thing about religion is like everybody is supposedly able to be saved. You know, there's always that whole repenting and do this and do that and God will forgive. God always forgives you. And if that's the case, if God always forgives you, there wouldn't really be a victim, would there? You know, everybody could just get away with their crimes in which they do. In despair they pass away. There was no hope to begin with. Even the angels are giving up, looking down on us. Oh, wow. Okay, so this is talking about society, like as a whole, I'm thinking. So this is talking about the wrongs in the world and the bad things people do? Yeah, the sins that are committed and the bad people in the world? Jesus, even the angels are giving up. That's kind of disheartening, isn't it? I feel like a lot of people have a negative look on society. You know, like I know me personally, I don't know if I would want to bring a kid into this world. There's just a lot of bad people, you know, and I don't think I'd want to bring a kid into this world. So I think I have a negative outlook on society as a whole, at least from my experiences. Yeah, I don't know. There's always good and bad to society, and I think it's kind of human nature to focus on the bad. It's really hard to just take the bad with the good and see the good, but you know, there's optimistic and being pessimistic. And you know, you can be whichever one you want to be, but then there's also just, I feel like human nature, you just focus on the bad, you know what I mean? It's like you can do 100 favors for somebody, but then you don't, and they only focus on that one favor you didn't do for them, you know? It's so I don't know, I always focus on the negatives of society, so I kind of get it. The angels giving up, that's kind of sad, really. Will this night ever break dawn, bring down justice to the wicked? What's the worst way to die? Burning or drowning? Everyone laughs in derision. There's no hope at all. Why is the world rotting away? Howling in pain, they slowly die. Oh, the sorrow is murderous. The insanity. Yeah, all the sorrow is murderous. The sadness, the despair, all the negative emotions. I feel like there's probably more people struggling in the world than are doing good. And it could just be financial, it could be mental, it could be physical. I feel like there's a lot more sorrow than there is positivity in the world. There's a lot more people struggling than are succeeding in the world. Don't look away from the mistakes. Open your eyes and see the truth. When lightning cracks the blackened sky, listen to the screams of distress. It's a bad dream, but it's not. No way to get out a living nightmare. Oh, dude, why is this song so dark, bro? I guess it's kind of the scale in which it's kind of dark. You know, because there's songs when, you know, I react to and it's like, okay, I think this is about a relationship. And that's kind of really small scale, but this really just gives the vibe of this is talking about the world as a whole. And the world is just with all this sorrow and sadness and despair in the world as a whole. It's kind of like, man, that's on a much grander scale. God, it's kind of disheartening, really. You know, it kind of makes you just reevaluate. Like I said, when I think about society, I guess I kind of focus on the negatives as well, you know? Why is this song so dark? I feel like it's a really dark song. I feel like it's a really saddening song just because of the grand scale of things. You know, and I'm not even religious, but it kind of talking about bringing the wrath, bring down justice to the wicked. You know, it kind of seems like more of a biblical kind of outlook on it. Even the angels are giving up. I'm not even religious, so it's like, man, I feel like this is dark. And then if you're like a really religious person, it's kind of like, man, it might hit you even more than it hits me, you know? Yeah, I mean, I know I probably didn't do a very good job at breaking down the lyrics, but it's kind of I enjoy just listening. You know, sometimes I feel like I should just enjoy listening to the songs. But sometimes when I look up these lyrics, I'm kind of like, man, it really changed my whole perspective of the song now, you know? Now I kind of like the song makes me happy and makes me energized, but then I read the lyrics and now I'm sad. Like all that energy and happiness that I had is gone. Cuz it's like, man, is are we really doing that bad as like a society, like as a whole? Like are we that bad? And then, you know, I think about like, would I want to bring a kid into this world? And I think I probably don't want to. And then I think, oh wow, I'm kind of one of those people that really sees it in a negative light as well. Probably like this song's kind of inferring the lyrics. Man, even the angels are giving up. I feel like that hits the most. That's sad. the afterlife is supposed to be this world of perfection and happiness and all that. And even when angels, if you believe in that, even when angels look at us and lose hope, that's sad. I mean, it just really goes to show we got to do better as a society. And I mean, I guess you can kind of look at it in an optimistic way. Like, as a society, we're doing bad, but yeah, we got to make changes for the better. So I guess you can kind of look at it in a hopeful manner. Like, what am I going to do to better society and better myself, and to bring hope to the world, and to maybe do away with some of this sorrow? Are you gonna, and you can just do it in little ways. You can just be a better version of you. You can just try to bring joy and positivity to people. You can check on those friends you don't check on. A lot of people suffer in silence. Maybe text your friend and be like, "Are you okay?" And of course, they'll probably be like, "Oh, I'm okay." But then are you really okay? Like, really check in on them and just make sure they're doing okay. And maybe that'll change the trajectory of people. Maybe they'll see people are looking out for them, and and in your own small little way, you could get rid of some of that despair and sorrow. They'll realize, like, "Oh, okay, I have somebody that actually cares to check in on me." And if everybody does that, just those little micro changes, well, just as a society, maybe those angels will find hope once again. Yeah, it's kind of a dark song. Songs like this, it's like, man, I enjoy it, but then you read the lyrics and my interpretation just makes me sad. So, yeah, that was Hammer of Wrath. I enjoyed it. I love this band. And I'm sure I'll react to the next, I'll react to a fourth video. I'm probably gonna go through their whole catalog at some point, but yeah, hopefully the reaction was okay, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Later.